Have you ever heard of a debt strike? You know what a strike is, where workers refuse to work until their demands are met. A debt strike is like that, but instead of withholding our labor, we withhold our money. Imagine a large apartment building owned by a slumlord. The building is falling apart. The heat is not working. The roof is leaking. Broken things never get fixed. And yet, tenants are expected to pay their rent every month on time. Now imagine that the tenants all got together and went on a rent strike, refusing to pay until their landlord fixed these problems. Because the landlord depends on those rent checks, they would have a huge incentive to listen to demands and do what renters want. Now, imagine scaling that idea up nationwide. The American public held about $18.8 trillion in consumer debt at the end of 2025. There's a famous quote by J. Paul Getty, an oil baron who was once the richest man on earth. He said, "If you owe the bank $100, that's your problem. If you owe the bank $100 million, that's the bank's problem." That $18.8 trillion, over $150,000 per U.S. household, is actually huge leverage we hold over our economy. As David Ferris wrote in Newsweek, the country's banking system depends on the timely payment of mortgages, auto loans, and student loans, and even a brief interruption of the flow of cash would cause a political crisis. Neither banks nor the federal government have anything remotely approaching the institutional capacity to crack down on a scaled-up debt strike. Geez, I guess we better be careful. Remember, banks can't operate without our debt payments. It sure would be a shame if everyone suddenly decided to withhold monthly credit card payments or student loan payments. It could crash the economy. It could put banks out of business. It's almost like the people we pay money to every month would be forced to negotiate or risk destruction. With huge leverage like that, the public could make any demands it wanted. Forgiveness of debts, universal health care, public bank ownership, possibly even a new constitution. Debt strikes are so powerful and so easy to participate in. Like, it's way easier to not pay your credit card bill. I wonder if Americans could do a debt strike with their taxes. No question. Coordination is the most important part. You don't want to be the only one on a debt strike, because then it's easy for the system to find and punish you. The more people participate, the harder that becomes. They can't put us all in jail. The website Beautiful Trouble puts it this way: coordination is key. We can't act in isolation, exposing ourselves to retaliation and division. Instead, participants should all sign a pledge, either public or confidential, to stop paying certain bills. When enough people sign up to provide real leverage, strike. In the meantime, organize furiously, publicize a running total, aggregate grievances, collect outrageous